Wow, so you can bring back Tales Season 2, but you can't bring back the one thing of this franchise that we've been asking you to bring back.
What, Jeffy, what are you doing?
I'm just trying to get my ducks in a row.
What?
Well, I'm glad you have your ducks in a row. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe. This one's going to be doing another video. You guys are letting me know about this one. Definitely want to do a news video on this one. This one is in regards to a possible resurrection to Tales of the Walking Dead Season 2. So, I don't know specifically where he was yesterday, but Gimple had like a interview at some kind of event thing that he was at, and people were asking him questions. And the interviewer, I must admit, was an absolute gangster. He was like, okay, so we got Dead City, we got Daryl Dixon, all right, we got Ones Who Live. I bet there's a bunch of Rick Grimes content coming up. And then Gimple just follows up with,
you know, The Ones Who Live just released last year, and people loved it. It was great. It was a huge build-up. We finally got to see those two characters again. But, you know, Dead City has multiple seasons. Book of Daryl has multiple seasons. Is the plan to maybe continue that show as well, or are we keeping that limited for now?
I mean, the plan was to keep it limited, not necessarily never to see those characters again, but to keep it limited. But I always say you never know. There's so many. I've been very careful to say, oh, that'll never happen, because it does. So, you know, there are possibilities, and there's possibilities of all sorts of strange iterations of shows with those characters and with other characters. So, you know, I think it's entirely possible.
basically denying the fact that Ones Who Live Season 2 will happen. So, big whoop, right? I'm sure us Walking Dead fans, I'm sure y'all could agree with me. I think we're all tired of hearing him deny Ones Who Live Season 2. Fine, there's no Ones Who Live Season 2. There's no Rick. We get it. You know what I mean? Apparently, Rick Grimes doesn't matter to your franchise or whatever bullshit you want to come up with. I'll always disagree with that. I know you guys will always disagree with that. Rick Grimes matters. But unfortunately, we gotta let him go by the sounds of it. So it is what it is. So, now getting into the other piece. So he does mention in this, which I thought was interesting, that he apparently has a Tales of the Walking Dead plan, the show that they dropped back in 2022, which they actually acknowledged the fact that they dropped the show in 2022, that it apparently just wasn't working out. And apparently now he has an idea to resurrect it for a season 2. And apparently he said that he wants to follow suit with the Alpha episode that he did and do more episodes like that on characters that we know for Tales Season 2. So, what do we think about this? You know, I think the biggest thing I would like to ask him, why didn't you just do that in the first place? You know what I mean? Like, why didn't you just do that in the first place, you know? Like, especially to draw your fans into Tales, you should have done more than just one episode on someone we know. And again, I am a firm believer that you could do episodes in the Walking Dead universe on this Tales show that is on original characters that have nothing to do with the original Walking Dead. That's not the problem with this show for me. It's the problem that the writing was so fucking awful on basically every one of these besides a couple. And the writing was not good. I mean, tell me that this acting here, tell me that this performance is something to write home about.
The damn vending machine? Gina?
And it was a big old piece of trash.
It sucks. It absolutely sucks, right? And it goes to show you, it's not even like an offense to the actress or anything like that. It's the goddamn scripts that they gave them. It's so bad. Like, the scripts are awful. So, Gimple, it sounds like, wants to almost fix that. My question is, again, why did you approve this in the first place? Because unfortunately now there's this bad stigma with the show that'll always be there, that the first season sucks and then, oh, season 2 magically was good, you know? I really think he should just do a new IP, you know what I mean, for this backstory Tales type of idea, you know? I really feel like he should just do a new IP instead of calling it Tales Season 2, because that show, I mean, hell, the AMC Walking Dead account will barely ever even acknowledge that the show exists, you know what I mean? I literally saw them make a list about a month ago on how you should watch The Walking Dead in chronological order. They never put Tales in that list at all. They never even put it in the list because they're probably so embarrassed on how bad the show did. So I don't understand. Gimple wants to resurrect this show, but he doesn't want to do anything with Rick Grimes. This man seriously needs to get his priorities straight. I mean, seriously. Like, apparently a Tales Season 2 will fix this franchise. Apparently a Australia show will fix this franchise. Listen, I'm going to watch these things because apparently there's another phase coming up in this franchise. But I got to admit, he is not impressing me at all. And I really find it insane that he literally sits there and says that, oh, now we're going to do, Tales episodes on characters that we know from the original Walking Dead. It took you almost 4 years to do this shit. It's I don't know. It's crazy to me. Like, the guy seriously needs to get his priorities straight. If there's one piece of advice that I could give Gimple right now, and if there's a chance that he sees this video, the biggest thing I can say to Scott Gimple, you need to seriously get your priorities straight with your franchise. People are not asking for more Tales. People are not asking for, other things like that. They're asking for an actual direction in your franchise. They're asking for an actual story, an actual plot that will bring everything together into one big story and conclude The Walking Dead. For once in your life, listen to your fans. Conclude The Walking Dead. I don't think people want to see more Tales. I don't think that's on their bucket list right now. People want to see an actual story being told. And it's so frustrating to watch a franchise that I've seen as a young little kid fall apart like this. You know what I mean? It's so sad. It's honestly so darn tragic. It's crazy. Listen, I will watch this. I will check this out. But for the love of God, do not give me the type of writing that you gave me in Season 1. Y'all that saw my reviews for Season 1, you'll know. And you're damn right I'm complaining because the first season sucked. This better be good. You know what I mean? This better be a good second season. Because I tell you right now, I have very little patience for Tales of the Walking Dead. So I hope that this second season is something impressive. I hope that it impresses me. I hope that it shocks the ever-loving shit out of me. And I genuinely come out of it saying, wow, that was good. You know what I mean? So now the bigger question is, what kind of characters are we going to be getting for this, right? Are we going to get original characters? Probably. What characters from the original Walking Dead could we get for a second season of this? What is he plotting in his head? You know what I mean? It's a good question. Now, a few requests that I would say for a show like this, if we are going through with this, right? Because it could just be Gimple saying stuff and then nothing ever happens. I would like a beta episode, genuinely. I'd like to see what he went through before the apocalypse. I would love to see an episode about Father Gabriel locking his congregation out of the church. I think that'd be an interesting idea. There's a lot of other ideas. Ezekiel saving Shiva when he was a zookeeper. Kari Payton's always down to do Walking Dead stuff, so that'd be an easy one right there. And there's a plethora of other things that you could do with the Tales of the Walking Dead. Listen, I'm not against doing, episodes on original characters that have nothing to do with The Walking Dead. I think you should do that. Spread your wings and do something different. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. Don't make just one episode and then the other 5 are about characters you don't give a shit about because the writing is such garbage. If you do an episode on a character that we've never seen before, make sure that that's a unique concept. Make sure that that's a really gripping story that the fans are going to, grab onto, right? Because, listen, the one thing that I will always disagree with is originality, right? You don't need to do characters from The Walking Dead all the time. I would say roughly 3 to 4 of these episodes should be characters we know so that your ratings will do good. Your other 2 or 3 of them that you have made, sure, do original characters, but make them good. Make them gripping, for God's sake, good actors too. And do something creative, right? Like if we can't get you to frickin' bring Rick back, like I've been begging you to do for the last year, then at least give us a good Tales Season 2, like you're telling us you're gonna do. And give us some good concepts that genuinely are good, you know what I mean? Because I gotta admit, it's a rough one. The first season, it's a rough one. Try watching it again. Trust me, you'll agree with me. The first season is not that good. So I'm hoping to God that this season, whenever it happens, whether it's 2026 or it's later on, that this is a good season. You know what I mean? Because Gimple has literally just acknowledged that, yeah, the first season was going to be it, and now he's bringing it back for a season 2. So, again, we'll see what kind of tricks he has up his sleeve for this new phase of the Walking Dead universe. We'll see what he's got for us. We'll see what ends up happening in the end. But, yeah, thought it was interesting comments from Gimple, and we'll have to see If this amounts to anything or if it doesn't go anywhere at all, time will tell, of course. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Post your comments down below, guys. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, be sure to click subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos of the Walking Dead universe. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a straight fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.